And I'm here today to celebrate what is going to begin a long campaign season and to talk about the fact that women are playing a significant role in the body politic in South Carolina. Last year, we had almost 1.4 million women cast ballots in this state. That's 284,000 more women than men who voted in South Carolina. Obviously, that means that women who decide to pick up the mantle and run for office are going to be the torchbearers for how we lead and how we run campaigns in South Carolina and how our state moves forward. We have two United States senators who do not believe that the people of South Carolina are hurting. They do not believe that the stimulus package, the billions of dollars that are coming to South Carolina, will go to help individuals. We have two United States senators who don't believe that Denmark, South Carolina should have clean drinking water, or Belton, South Carolina should have clean drinking water, who will fight tooth and nail for the infrastructure bill that will benefit the people of this state. And so on behalf of the Democratic Party, we represent the people who are struggling, and we're glad to welcome one tough mother to this race.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, everyone. I am so glad that you all came here today. I am Representative Crystal Nicole Matthews. Let me take off my mask. I'm sorry. I am Representative Crystal Nicole Matthews, and I want to thank you so much for being here. It means so much to me to have you all here as I kick off my campaign for the U.S. Senate. I can trace my family roots to the shores of the Low Country when we arrived in bondage. I grew up in Ohio, in a place similar to the plain-speaking city of North Charleston, a community I now represent in the Statehouse. South Carolina is home for my family and me, just like so many of you. She belongs to all of us. 5 years ago, when the youngest of my 5 children was 2 years old, I was a working mom at Boeing. I was volunteering, feeding the homeless, doing giveaways and back-to-school drives, and teacher wish lists. But no matter how much we did together, I saw so much more that needed to be done. I saw working families like me who weren't benefiting from the economy. I saw women like me whose vaginas were being policed by those who don't have one. I saw parents like me who were frustrated with South Carolina's consistent inadequacy with education for our children. I also saw Black mothers like me and so many other people of color who feared for our kids' safety every day when they just walked out the door. I saw all of this, and I knew more could be done so that everyone in South Carolina had real opportunity without obstruction. So I decided to add one more thing to my plate. I would find the time, like we mothers tend to do, and juggle one more task. I decided that my state representative was too comfortable. If he wanted to keep his seat and have the privilege to work for people like me, he was going to have a challenge at the ballot. I filed to run. And guess what? Well, you already know what happened. We won. In 2018, I began this new chapter of my life, serving District 117 in the Low Country. I came to the State House to represent all of my constituents, whether healthcare workers, parents, manufacturing workers, teachers, the business community, or our elderly population. I came to be their voice because we, those who work hard every day, play by the rules, who care for our families, who believe in community matters, are the people who are being forgotten by those who legislate over us. This is not a game. For too many of us, our lives and livelihoods are at stake. I have given the people of my district my all. I care about my community, as do you. I think about my constituents all the time, especially during those long 2-hour drives to and from Columbia that I make 3 times a week, 6 months out of the year, because our community deserves representation. I am committed to you because South Carolina needs and deserves better. And that's why I'm here today to announce my candidacy for the U.S. Senate. We need someone vibrant who is tireless and not afraid to have tough conversations. We need someone who can work with Republicans but confront them when needed. Heck, some of my Republican colleagues in the Statehouse like me as I do them, even when we fundamentally disagree. It is about having those hard conversations. I want to be that U.S. Senator. I can be that U.S. Senator. We can be one community fighting for everyone in our great state. Admittedly, I will not shy away from a fight. And listen, there are so many fights to be had. We need better infrastructure, we need better education, we need stronger rights for women, and for all of South Carolinians, we need more economic opportunities. While the pandemic has underlined inequalities and we see so many people doing all they can to survive it both mentally and physically, we need someone who understands balance. To get that done, we need someone bold. I will be that bold, fearless leader for you. I will be one tough mother. My name is Crystal Nicole Matthews, and I am asking for your vote. Thank you.
How's everyone doing today? Good. Are we fired up? Yeah. Oh, that didn't sound like we were fired up. Are you sure we're fired up? Yeah. My name is Darius York. I'm a small town boy from Lawrence, South Carolina, and a senior political science student at the University of South Carolina. Although I come from a small town, my family taught me to dream big and pursue any dreams that I may have, no matter how wild they may seem. Being a student in the capital city of South Carolina, just steps away from the step house, I found myself with many opportunities to chase my dream, to be a part of making the world a better place for the people in it, no matter how wild that dream seemed. I was able to serve as a legislative page and gain wisdom from minds such as Representatives Cambrell Garvin and Leon Howard Daly. I was also blessed to serve as an intern for Hamilton Grant's race for Richland County Council and Jamie Harrison on his historic run for U.S. Senate. Through each opportunity, I gained more hope in my personal dream and became motivated to chase it even more. Today, I'm honored and humbled to have the opportunity to stand here among these great people to promote a movement that will be monumental for our state and our nation. As a child of South Carolina and a child and grandchild of strong Black mothers, like Representative Crystal Matthews, I'm excited to back a candidate that is going to fight for those of us who often seem to be left out of legislative agendas. The people have not been a priority for a while, and I know that Representative Matthews will serve the people. If we took nothing else from 2020, we should have seen the power that voters have, and we should have an increased motivation and hope for a prosperous future. From Jamie Harrison to Stacey Abrams to Senators Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, and the list goes on, we saw what can happen when we stand together and make our voices count. We must keep going. The time has come again for us to support a candidate that will take South Carolina and the South to new heights. Like any successful movement, we recognize that it takes a village, one in which all voices are valued and all of its people are motivated for a common goal. And it's going to take votes. I urge you all to join the village that is the Matthews for Senate campaign and play your part as we elect Crystal Matthews to the U.S. Senate. The website, MatthewsForSenate.com, is live with links to donate, volunteer, and connect with the campaign. So sign up, organize, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we're in this together, and this marathon will be worth it. Representative Matthews is one tough mother, and I know that she will proudly serve South Carolinians in Washington, D.C.
Hello, everyone. I'm Seth Rose, and I serve in the state legislature with Crystal. And I've gotten to know her these past few years, and I want to say what a wonderful person she is. I've admired her character, the way she speaks out for those that she represents, and really supports and represents all citizens of her district and this state. When I think about this race and I think about her opponent, I think about the times her opponent has stayed silent during these unprecedented times and occurrences that we've seen in our country. And anyone that knows Crystal Matthews knows she is going to tell you what she thinks. She is going to fight for all South Carolinians, and she won't stay silent. This race is critically important to the future of our country. I couldn't be more proud and honored to be here to support my friend, somebody with impeccable character, somebody with a wonderful moral compass, and we certainly need that in the United States Senate. I hope you would join me in supporting Crystal Matthews for United States Senate. And with that, I just want to say Godspeed to her and on this journey, and much success. And I look forward to seeing you at the swearing in. Yeah.
Good morning. I am proud to support this one tough mother. And she really is, y'all. She really does care about the issues that impact families in South Carolina. You know, people talk about being family friendly, but Crystal is the real thing. I've seen her on the House floor take on issues that other people shy away from. I've seen her stand up and really fight for families in South Carolina. I've watched her as she commutes back and forth, raising her own family as a single mom, and then coming here to fight for families just like her. Crystal understands that families come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and dimensions. And she will be the kind of champion that we need not only here in South Carolina, but in Washington, D.C. for families all across this nation. And the best thing that you can do this coming election cycle is to vote for this one tough mother, Representative Crystal Matthews. Thank you.
Hey, y'all. I'm Gilda Cobb-Hunter. I have the honor and privilege of serving in this building back here, representing the people of House District 66. I am smiling because if you know Crystal, like I know Crystal, you know there are a couple of things, or thoughts I should say, that come to mind after you say one tough mother. I am just thrilled to be a part of this group, to stand here and say what we need in the United States Senate here in representing South Carolina. First and foremost is a woman, because we all know that women work harder. Women get it done. And I think it is instructive for us when we talk about Crystal Matthews and talk about a woman who is a single parent to 5 kids. Y'all know that takes organization. That takes discipline, and that takes structure, and Crystal has all of that. Some of you may be wondering why I'm here today. I can almost read some of your minds saying, well, that's interesting. I've never seen Gilda come out here and support publicly and endorse someone. Like the old folks say, let me tell you why. Because for 20 years, I had the honor of serving on the Democratic National Committee representing this great state, and I just thought it made sense for me to be neutral and not endorse anybody but support everybody. I am thrilled now that I am no longer on the DNC that I can publicly support people who I like, people who I think will do a great job, and that's why I'm here today. Y'all, don't you think it's about time that South Carolina had at least one senator who put country over party. I think it's time for us to have at least one senator who has a thumb in her spine, meaning she can stand up for what is right, not what is popular or politically correct. I like Crystal's genuineness. She's the real deal. She definitely is not politically correct, and any of y'all who've been around her know that. Is she the perfect candidate? No. Any of us up here, have we been perfect candidates? No. What I believe very strongly is that people here in South Carolina want the real deal. They want somebody who's going to fight for them, who's going to work for them, regardless of whether they have a D, an R, an L, G, whatever, as long as they are in this state. It's time we had a senator who recognized that a United States senator's job is to represent as best as possible all the people. The P word I said was people, not party. It is way past time for us to have a senator who's just glad to be there. For us to have a senator who is suffering what I like to call, some of these people back here in this building suffer from it, the illusion of inclusion. Crystal doesn't suffer from that. I think it's time for us to recognize that we can do this here in South Carolina. All these doubting Thomases out here who say, why in the world is she doing this? I'll tell you why. Because she can win. If all of us put our pedal to the metal, or however that thing goes, Crystal can win. Very quickly, let me wrap up and say this to you. If you believe, as I do, that Crystal Matthews' time has come, that her place is in the United States Senate, if you believe that, then I ask you to get on board. I ask you to start having the conversations now. And let me respond to this question about, well, you know, Tim Scott has $10 million or 80 million, whatever millions he has. What I think is important, it doesn't matter how much money you got. We've seen indications of races where there was a tremendous amount of money spent and still no victory. So if you're coming into this thinking, well, she can't raise money and she can't do this and she can't do that, how about stay away? We don't want negative energy in this campaign. We want positive energy. And we believe very firmly that if all of us who believe that South Carolina's time has come, if all of us believe that, get behind this dynamic woman here. I'm here to tell you that South Carolina is known for loving to have seniors who have and can build seniority. This woman, 40 years old. Imagine what kind of future we can have in South Carolina when she builds some seniority in the Senate. So thanks so much for listening to me. I would encourage each of us to become a missionary. Let us get out there. This is not rocket science. We know what needs to be done. Crystal, final word, and I know I say that probably before. Final point, though, I'm Baptist, y'all. Here's my final point. Crystal Matthews is a proven winner. Crystal Matthews has won twice in a Republican district. That ought to tell you that it is at least possible. That ought to let you know that in spite of that prickly outside that we sometimes see, she is good on constituent services. She is good for her district. She attracts independents, Republicans, Democrats, as well as people who have never voted before. So let's get it done. Let's get busy. Let's send Crystal Matthews to the United States Senate. Thank you so very much.
The words of wisdom from the representative from Orangeburg. I have to come after Gilda Cobb-Hunter. Once again, thank you all. If you haven't been inspired today, go to MatthewsForSenate.com. Let the word go forth that women are throwing the gauntlet down this day, and they are going to lead the way. And so on behalf of the Democratic Party, we welcome you to the race. And this is going to be an exciting time for us and an unfortunate circumstance for Tim Scott. Thank you all for being here.